So, I don't know how to even begin. I am nothing more in my own mind than some random 21-year-old with no energy, no real will to move on and become someone better for myself or for others. However, I know at some point, somewhere along the line, I have to do something. I have to go out and do more and better myself. I know I have to, and it gets difficult when I sit and think about all the things that I'd have to do to go and get a degree. I'd have to go into debt and all kinds of different things. But what am I gonna do? Sit around on my ass all the time? But looking in the news, every time I look, there's this whole big thing going on. Some torture, some pain, something happening. Even this Pride Month, this whole month dedicated to people that are quite literally known for loving everyone and everything. Outside of, their own people doing shit that they're not happy with. Or, Nazis. No one likes Nazis, so, that's not really a complaint to be had. But a complaint that many people do have is that... Let me start over. The news is terrifying. The world is terrifying. And knowing all of that, and knowing that no matter what I do, I have to find a way to survive through it. What am I going to do to make my life something worth remembering? Something so impossible for me to find. A world out there full of possibilities and no money to do anything with. And all of this is a long way of saying that looking in the news makes me sad. I sit and I stare and I don't have any energy to get up. I barely have enough energy to talk to specific people, go to work, take a shower, brush my teeth. All of these things that are so important to my daily life and for most other people's daily lives. It seems so impossible to me. And it's not just impossible. Everything realistically is possible. Well, almost everything. I'm not exactly gonna wake up one day, decide, I want to be a billionaire, and find a way to manage it. It's not in a realm of possibility that I perceive in. Everyone has their own limitations. I was born not super rich, as most people. So what am I gonna do about that, I'm just gonna survive on my own. But back to the topic of impossibility and, I guess realistically possibility. There's always the possibility of change. But unfortunately, the entire world is going in the opposite direction of change. And this becomes difficult. Very, very difficult. The more you move on with your life, the more I get older, the more I realize just how bad everything is getting. It's recently come to my attention that there is an entire list of things, a list of stages of genocide. And this list of stages of genocide is literally pushing me to the brink of non-existence. Every single day I see it, I realize just how far along we've gotten into the list of genocide for trans people, gay people, and others in the same community. And it doesn't even really matter. Even people outside of the community can be punished for this if they're only perceived as being within the community. Completely cis people can be tortured because they need a little bit of estrogen to survive in their menopausal stages. Who knows? There's any number of problems. All of this to say that gender-affirming care is important. And I know I keep flip-flopping to random topics, but it's how my brain works. It's hard to quantify without just spewing it out onto an open platform. Perhaps this is why I've decided to sit down with a new microphone and just talk for a little bit, see where it goes. Perhaps I'll even post it. I see you in the comments. Seeing that I haven't done much in terms of content, and I've stopped many times. And I probably will again. But again, my brain works in weird ways. A strange series of random events going through, and I just want to talk. And perhaps I'll just talk some more and keep talking until the day I die. About anything, everything, all at once. And I guess this now becomes my platform. Just talking. Talking about what I want to talk about. Even if it wasn't the original point that I sat down to make to begin with. It doesn't take a genius to realize that there isn't truly a point to this video. This video is nonsense, and I plan on it being nonsense. But I also plan to make more videos almost exactly the same. As a test to see what I can do in 1 year, creating content in a way that I find most plausible. Just sitting and talking. Something I can do quite readily and will continue to do until, again, like I have said before, until the day that I die, I will continue to talk, chatting up the world as if they are all listening and I am its personal voice box. But that doesn't matter. I don't care if anyone is listening. All I want to do is talk, chat, see what the world has to say to my own ramblings. And perhaps, maybe I'll find a couple of other people doing the exact same thing. Perhaps I'll even find more like me that just want to chat. And that always sounds like a fun little thing to do. Sometimes it's exactly what you want. But that doesn't always mean that it's what should happen. Perhaps I shouldn't do it this way. By all accounts, it probably would make more sense to not do it this way. But sitting and chatting and talking and rambling is something I've always found rather enjoyable. And with the current state of affairs, as we have gotten off topic about the trans debate, I am a trans woman. Despite my voice, and despite currently my appearance and my perception, or people's perception of me, I need to know that I'm not going to die to some random asshole that decided to pull a gun out on me just because I looked funny. I don't want to be some random death. A statistic in a long list and series of statistics that has been ever building on itself and since the dawn of fucking time. I do not want to be the dead. I want to be someone that gets to survive into old age. But who knows? Maybe it won't even be some maniac with a gun. Maybe it'll be just natural disaster, natural occurrences. Well, about as natural as killing the planet as you can get. Nuclear warfare. Something outside of these crazy bastards. With the progression of war and death all around the world, different news comes in from Ukraine. Random things come from Japan as they're besieged by an ever-longing North Korea as they want to join some form of war that they don't even know if they belong in. Problem is, Does it really matter? What does matter in the terms of who gets to live and die according to the people that control the world, our systems, the people with the money up there at the top? Does it matter? What do any of us mean to them? I guess that's not really a question we should be asking of ourselves, but a question that we should be pointing at the people in charge for. We should always be looking to strive to become something better as a people, as a group, rather than just some random child bantering on the internet like I am right now. They don't care about me. Why do I care about them? I guess that is exactly why I care about them. I care because it means that I'm going to die to these people, and they will feel no repercussions. They don't care about me. And that's what I'm afraid of. And in all honesty, I think it should be the other way around. I think if anyone should be afraid, it should be the ones that are in control. They should be scared to make us angry, and yet here we are, sitting around, bickering amongst ourselves, because someone said that we don't deserve to make more than fucking $7.25 an hour. Who cares how much minimum wage is? It's not going to affect your bottom line. And it's just gonna make things more difficult for the rich, theoretically. But in theory, many of the things that we do that could make things more difficult for the rich, they'll just turn around on us. We raise minimum wage and they begin running all of their stores and companies with skeleton crews. Someone that can just run off and run an entire system by themselves or with barely any help. And here we are, struggling to survive in a world that isn't made for poor people. Well, I guess it is made for poor people. And it always will be made, theoretically, for poor people. But not for our benefit. To punish us. That is how I feel, after all. Fighting a fight that I literally cannot even begin to fathom. Some fight that is. I'm just sitting here rambling into a microphone. Whole lot of damage that's gonna do. But it helps me. That's the important thing, at least in my eyes and as of this current moment. I don't feel like I'm going to keel over without having done something. I feel like even if it's just talking, I can get something done. And who knows, maybe half of this isn't even useful. Maybe I won't see what this does. Maybe I'll just give up in 2 or 3 days like I always do. This is me, talking to a microphone, in my bedroom, until I go crazy. Not that that's going to be a new event. Perhaps I'm already crazy. I'm already there. Insane. Staring at my laptop screen or phone. Waiting for the end of time as I sacrifice all of it. Going into TikTok on a daily basis. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of all of it. I want to be something better. Do something better. But I don't have the energy. I don't even know how to begin to get the energy back. The only thing I can remember giving me enough energy to go on is Adderall. An odd thing to remember from my childhood is being put on Adderall and regretting it. I would use Adderall too much. In fact, I would use it to stay up all night because it kept me from sleeping. So I would take one at around 10 p.m., stay up the entire night because I couldn't fall asleep beyond that point after I had taken it. Then I would take it again in the morning so I didn't fall asleep at school, and then I'd do it again, and I'd be awake for 3 days. And perhaps I should separate these clauses into separate videos. Perhaps it would make more sense to talk about my addictions and problems with that in a separate thing, but I don't think that's who I want to be. Why not just let the ramblings go on their own? A world of ramblings is a world of me. Or I guess a video of ramblings is a video of me in my truest form. I never get to really talk in this way because I don't like talking to other people. It's not something I really enjoy. I like chats. That's not something I can really stop doing. I like talking to my coworkers at work. But it's never like this. It's never a sit and vent moment. Saying all the things that come into my head, just rambling and rambling about this or that. And I guess that's the point of this video. This video is a beginning to something that I hope can continue to the rest of our times. Or perhaps it'll be an end. A little bit of both. It's always something, isn't it? A video here, a video there, just audio, a voiceover, no real connection. And all of that to say that all of it comes to an end. I just don't want this to be mine.